Today, a dark, stormy night looms over Brooklyn. The neon lights flicker against wet pavement as a group of bikers roar through the empty streets, their engines echoing like thunder. Among them is Jack the Reaper Callahan, a notorious outlaw with a twisted sense of power. He doesn't answer to anyone until tonight. The incident at a quiet park nearby, Tyson, the sweet 10-year-old daughter of former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, is playing on the swings, her laughter filling the air. Her mother, Luckia Kiki Tyson, watches over her while checking messages on her phone. It's a peaceful night, until it isn't. Jack and his gang speed down the path recklessly, disrupting the calm. A bottle smashes against the pavement. Jack laughs as he swerves dangerously close to the swing set. Then, it happens. With a careless turn, Jack's heavy bike clips Milan as she steps down from the swing. She is thrown to the ground, screaming as her small arm bends in an unnatural angle. The bikers don't stop. Jack glances back, sneering, before throttling his engine and disappearing into the night. The call to war. Kiki, frozen in horror, rushes to Milan, who is wailing in agony. People gather around, but there's only one person who needs to know about this. Her hands shake as she dials. Mike, come home. Now, miles away, in a private gym. Mike Tyson is sparring with his trainer. His phone buzzes. The second he hears Kiki's voice, his entire body stiffens. His breathing slows. Then, he removes his gloves and walks out without a word. Tyson arrives. The hospital smells of antiseptic and pain. Milan is lying on the bed, tears streaking her face, her arm wrapped in a temporary cast. Kiki's face is lined with worry, but when she sees her husband stride through the doors, something in her relaxes. Mike takes one look at his daughter. His face darkens. Who did this? Kiki hesitates, then murmurs, a biker. They call him the Reaper. Mike nods once. He turns and walks out. Hunting the Reaper. Mike's connections run deep. He knows the city, and more importantly, the city knows him. Within hours, he's standing in front of a bar known for housing Jack's gang, the Hell Serpents that he steps inside. The music screeches to a halt. Eyes widen. Mike Tyson doesn't belong here. Jack, seated in the back, sips his beer, amused. Well, look who it is. Mike walks straight toward him. No hesitation. No fear. You hurt my daughter. Jack smirks. Kid shouldn't have been in the way. Silence. Then, in an explosion of speed, Mike's fist connects with Jack's jaw. A sickening crack. The outlaw crumples. His gang members leap to their feet, but before they can act, Mike's fists become a whirlwind of destruction, point one by one. They fall. Jack, groaning, crawls toward his bike. His face is swollen, his nose shattered. He barely manages to mount the seat when a massive hand grabs him by the collar and yanks him off. Mike lifts Jack with one hand, his voice low, deadly. Apologize. Jack coughs blood. Screw you. Mike doesn't hesitate. A brutal punch to the ribs. Another to the stomach. Jack gasps, the breath leaving his body. He is helpless. Finally, Jack wheezes, I'm sorry. Mike drops him disgusted. He leans in close. If you ever touch my family again, I won't just break bones. I'll end you. Jack nods, barely conscious. Final scene. Back at the hospital, Milan is asleep, her tiny hand wrapped in her father's massive one. Kiki watches Mike, seeing the storm in his eyes slowly settle. She leans in. Is it over? Mike presses a gentle kiss to Milan's forehead. Yeah. Outside, the night is quiet again. But in the shadows, the legend of Mike Tyson has just grown stronger. Epilogue. The Reaper's revenge days pass. Jack's wounds heal, but his pride remains shattered. He sits alone in the dark, ice pressed against his swollen face. The gang watches from a distance, whispering. The Reaper was beaten, but Jack isn't done. Late one night, in the basement of an abandoned warehouse, he gathers the remaining hell serpents. "We don't let this slide," he growls. Tyson thinks he won. He has no idea what's coming. The gang murmurs, hesitant. But when Jack slams his fist against the table, his voice turns venomous. We burn his world down. A slow, menacing smile spreads across his bruised lips. We take everything he loves. Outside, the city sleeps, unaware that a new war is about to begin. The final battle days later, the Tyson residence is eerily quiet. Mike, sensing something is off, wakes up in the middle of the night. The security cameras flicker. The front gate is ajar. Then, boom, an explosion rocks the property. Flames erupt from the garage. Alarms blare. Mike grabs a weapon and rushes out. Shadowy figures move through the smoke. The hell serpents have come. Jack, grinning wickedly, stands at the forefront. Time to finish this, champ. But Mike Tyson isn't just a boxer. He's a warrior. What follows is a brutal hand-to-hand fight. Mike moves like a beast unleashed, fists like hammers, taking down each biker one by one. Jack, now wielding a crowbar, swings at Mike, but Tyson dodges, countering with a devastating uppercut that lifts Jack off his feet. Bloodied and broken, Jack lies on the ground, struggling to breathe. Mike towers over him. This ends now. Sirens wail in the distance. Police cars flood the property. The remaining bikers scatter, but Jack is too weak to move. Officers swarm in, cuffing the defeated outlaw. Final scene. As dawn breaks, Milan wakes up safe in her bed, unaware of the war her father just fought to protect her. Mike stands outside, bruised but victorious, watching the last of the hell serpents being driven away. Kiki steps beside him, squeezing his hand. "It's over," she whispers. Mike looks at his family, then at the rising sun. He nods. "Yeah, it's over."